Welcome to my show. You know what it is. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you all. All right. My bad eating. But yeah, I had a lot to do today. That's why I'm so late. So late. But it is what it is. Go ahead and hit that like button when you come in. I greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you all. All right. So apparently the new thing to talk about now is why aren't men going to speed dating events and blah 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 blah. Listen, and then there's a lot of people saying that, oh, it's because women have such ridiculous standards and all this crap. Listen, it has nothing to do with the women's ridiculous standard, or really, it does. Okay, that's the conclusion that the men are walking away with when they're not getting the results that they're looking for. Now, first, let's talk about the results that they're looking for. The results that they're looking for is S to the E to the X. That is. Now, whether that S to the E to the X leads to a relationship or not, that depends on the women. But what they're looking for is that. Whether it's short or long term, they are looking for that. And quite frankly, they're not getting it. They're not getting it through any venue that men typically would go to look for the S to the E to the X. They're not getting it at the clubs. They're not getting it at the bars. They're not getting it at the lounges. They're not getting it at the speed dating. They're not getting it online. They are not getting it. Now, and guess what? And people say, oh, it's because of the 80-20 rule. Listen. The 20 is not getting it either. Nor you could say 90-10. You could say 99-1. That 1% dude is not getting it either. It's not a matter of where you fall on the 80% of man scale. The truth of the matter is that most guys aren't getting it, and it's not because of the quality of the guy and where he ranks in the percentile of men. Hit that like button. Has nothing to do with that. What it primarily has to do with is the venue under which he is meeting her. Point blank, period. It has to do with the venue that he's meeting her at. Okay. People get used to getting certain things from certain places. I repeat, people get used to getting certain things from certain places. Say there's like an ice cream shop and you just love going to this ice cream shop. This is your favorite ice cream shop. This is where you go for ice cream. Now, that same ice cream shop start making their ice cream and shipping it to CVS. So now your favorite type of ice cream is in CVS. I'm not saying that you won't eventually start being comfortable getting your favorite ice cream from that CVS. But the truth of the matter is you want your favorite ice cream from your favorite ice cream shop. That's why there's always a place. If you look at like these white shows, typically, there's always a place that they could drink coffee anywhere, but their favorite spot is Central Perk. Like Jerry Seinfeld, they all go to the same diner all the time. People like to get certain things from certain places. Now, relationship, sex, etc., is not something women like to get from the place that men like to go to get it. Not saying that they don't like to get it. They just don't like to get it from the speed dating event. They just don't like to get it from the Tinder, etc. They don't like to get it from those places because they're oversaturated with inquiries. Now, the question is, why are the women going to these places, knowing that they're not going there for sex? Well, what do they get when they go there? Attention. I hope I spelled that right. Two things I can't do, and that's sing and spell. They are going there for attention. You see, you got to understand the female ego, or really just the concept of the ego to begin with. Ego is something that grows. And the more it grows, the more you need to feed it. It doesn't shrink, it grows. Well, it does shrink, but ego being shrunk is a painstaking process, which is really what we're seeing now. But it's a painstaking process. People fight, because basically think of it like a beast that grows. And if it's not fed a certain amount, then it starves and it doesn't go out without a fight. So you have to feed this ego. Now, let's just say, and this isn't the case, probably the world would be better if it was, but let's just say, well, actually, let's just say let's keep the girls out of it and let's just start at 18 and pretend like girls don't get hit on in high school and stuff like that. Let's just start at 18, right? Because that is when the ego starts to explode. Anything before that, you have young ladies who really can only date guys that are their age and not too much older because it's illegal. So, if you're a young lady and you're 17, you can really only get with 17-year-old boys. You're not going to get with a 16-year-old boy that's beneath you, so you can really only get with a 17-year-old boy, and a 17-year-old boy can get with, anything from, let's just say, 15 to 17. So he has way more options than you do. So let's just take those out of the equation for a second, and let's just focus on the ones that are 18. So you go from this state to where you can only deal with guys from ages 17 to 17. Those are the only ones hitting on you. And then you move into a world where, you get guys from 18 to 80 literally trying to get in your pants. So that's a huge ego boost. Automatically, you just come out, happy birthday. The moment you blow out the candles, some 22-year-old dude, your brother's friend was like, hey, so now that you're legal, why don't we meet up sometime? I wanted to say something before, but you didn't blow those candles yet. So, tell me what you was wishing for. I hope you was wishing for these nuts, like I'm being corny. I'm being a corny game dude. But anyway, that happens the moment she turns 18. So now, she gets that little ego boost. And now that she got that one piece of attention, she wants another and another and another, to where by the time that she's 28, the crap is out of control. And that's why you have these women who are like 250 pounds of fat looking for dudes that are 250 pounds lean plus 6'4". Not only are they looking for that, that is their basic expectation. Hit the like button. That's their basic expectation at that time. And it just grows from there. Ever notice how the older a chick gets, the more demanding she is? That is because her ego is being fed by game dudes. And really, this isn't really a shot to game dudes. I've taken enough of those. But this is more of, if you have a mating strategy that consists of hollering at 100 women and then, hoping that one of them go down on you, then you got to think about the psychological effect of the other 99. Those other 99 women just got their ego fed for free. Now they're going to want more attention and more attention and more attention. And they're not getting it as much as they want. So that's when these events come in. So you have these women who are going to these events with the sole intention, for the sole purpose of getting their ego fed. They're not going there looking for the love of their life. Do you know anybody? Press one in the chat room. Hit the like button. Press one in the chat room. If you know somebody, male or female, that could say yes. I met my wife of 15 years plus at a speed dating event. Ever notice how like people who meet people and the relationships that are together, they always have something. They never meet each other at a meetup spot because men go to meetup spot to drop panties, and women go to meetup spot to get their ego fed, while men attempt to drop their panties. So what's going on largely is that you have two groups of people. You have the men who used to go to these spots. Okay, hold on. Men are going to these spots and not getting what they want out of it. And women are going to these spots and getting what they want out of it. Before they used to get it just walking down the street. Now they're not. Men aren't cold approaching anymore. You heard that complaint. So they like, okay, I'm going to be more proactive. I'm going to get the attention that I want from from online dating, or I'm going to get the attention that I want from such and such, such and such. They're just going there for attention. They're just going there to have their egos filled. Now, hit the like button. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean in my shorts of the day.
So your mom should have told you don't ask a female how old she is.
Why is that a problem, though?
Because I'm old. You're not old. You're seasoned. You're vintage. Okay, I'm 34.
And you?
33.
Are you ladies single?
I'm very much single. Single now.
Do you feel like dating is more challenging as a black woman than it would to be any woman of a lighter skin tone?
Nope. Because I get Caucasian men, I get Asian men, I get African American men, I get all types of different ethnic groups that's willing to take care of me and be my significant other or a husband or boyfriend. But I don't condone to it because I know what I want. I know what I was raised to accept, and I have not met that guy yet. I do think.
I don't know what a Caucasian is. Maybe it's an Asian person that can drive a car. I don't know. But apparently she gets hit on by Caucasians. I'll be honest, Caucasian sounds like a really good ice cream. Sounds like you could go to an ice cream spot and say, "Ooh, yeah, let me get that Caucasian." Like, yes, I want some Caucasian with chocolate syrup on it. I don't know if I've ever been with a Caucasian woman. It seems like something exotic, don't it? It seems like like whatever Jessica Alba is, that's Caucasian. Oh, you want to know what a Caucasian is? If you watch House of the Dragon, you know those black people with platinum blonde hair? That's a Caucasian. And the kids ride dragons? That's a Caucasian. The Valerians? They're Caucasians. Okay. But take a look at this chick, right? Now, she's obviously out. You would assume that she's out looking for penis. But no, she's out looking for attention. She basically stated, I can have a man anytime I want, and I have my pick of ethnicities, including those that don't even exist, like Caucasian. I can have them and they will take care of me, but I like to walk outside with a semi see-through shirt on, as men reconfirm that I can have these type of men at any point. She's not giving up no booty tonight. Not a penny will drop tonight. She has no what is up? Okay, look at her hair. Let me pause for a second. Look at her hair. Her hairline it's just gonna get backer. It's just gonna get backer. Her hairline is going to get backer and backer and backer. She is 33 years old or 34, one of the two. Her hairline is going to get backer and backer and backer. The older she gets, it's just going to get backer and backer and backer. So, for the past 15 adult years, her ego has just been fed and fed and fed, and now she's walking around like I can have any man I want. I just want something. No, you don't want anything. Oh, I can have any man I want, but I'm single because I know exactly what I want. No, you okay. Whatever you list that you want right now, if that guy walked up to you, you'd shoot him down. And then you just add some more crap to your list. The truth of the matter is, once you are in a relationship, your ego is no longer getting fed at the same rate that it was before. Why? Because ideally you're not out as much, you're not out with your kids and all that stuff. You ideally, if you are a reasonably decent wife, you're not going to be out like that. So you could have, I don't doubt that there's some truth in what she's saying. I think that she's a little short-sighted, but I don't doubt that men of high economic status is trying to drop those draws. Now she never drops them, so she don't know like what is her tolerance level. Like how far can she, how long can she sustain a relationship with these guys, and can she get a ring out of these guys? She don't know that because her purpose is to feed her ego. So I don't doubt that that's the case. That she does have high income interests, but she does know that by settling down in any way, shape, or form, her ego will feed off of her. Feed me. Feed me. Feed my ego. Feed it all night long. That is what she is out doing. I said, feed my ego. So it'll be nice and strong. And next year, when she's 35, she's just going to have a bigger ego. And her hairline is going to be backer. Hit the like button. Let's see what the other chick has to say.
In this society, sometimes it does present a little bit of challenges. I haven't had many because I have had a very successful, very long marriage at a point. And I love Black men. I just don't know if they love.
What's your age?
So your mom should.
Okay. So you see where she was going. I love Black men. I just don't want them to, I just don't know if they love us too. That is her just saying, feed my ego some more. That is her saying, I am receptive to Black men. I just want you to come my way. And the reason why I want you to come my way is to feed my ego. Feed my ego. If you love Black men, then trust me, you would be on your knees to a dude that's 5'4.5" right now. That just so happen to be Black. Oh yes, but I just wish Black men love me. Shut the fuck up. Why is the woman next to you? She just got all the dicks in the world, but you standing right next to her with a hairline that's not as back, and you telling me that you don't have any. You don't have you can't find one man of the race that you're born with, that you're born into. You telling me, why do these chicks act like there is a deficit of penis to suck? Explain me that. Why are these broads acting like there's just like they live in a penis desert or some crap like that? Like they are just, like on the side of a freeway with a sign held up said will work for black penis. What kind of shit is listen, this is the lie that they're telling. Like they just want more black men to approach in vain to feed her fucked up ego. She left her husband so she could walk the streets. And look at this. Look at this. Her pants is too damn high. Her pants is too damn high. And it's just gonna get higher the older she gets. Pants up to her damn rib cage. You wanna know why? Because the pants is working as a girdle. It's working as a girdle so she could still have some. That's not a stomach out. Her belly button is like right here or some crap like that. That is not a stomach that's out. That is a rib cage. She's showing up her rib cage in a tube top. Why is her pants so damn upped? And why is her hair so damn backed? But even with all the criticism and critiques that I just mentioned, they could still find some penis. So miss me with this crap. There are like 90-year-old women out there right now that can find a dick to suck. A black one at that. Miss me with all that crap. Like that's your only criteria. Shut up, man. Was gonna say the B word, but I don't have the energy right now. But yeah, so all right. So that's that one. Now, you see what the chicks have to say. Let's see what the fellas have to say on this particular topic. Because actually, I'm going to show you what this one particular fella has to say. Hold on. Hit the like button while I do this. Those are some titties. Let's see. What the hell? Okay. All right. Here we go. Hit that like button. Now let's see what this fella has to say.
Date or take black women serious, and it's not because I don't want to talk or date or not take them serious. It's because on average, okay, your typical black woman will call me unattractive. Okay, so she calls me unattractive, but yet all the other races of women immediately they fall in love with me. They love my personality, my character, the way I move, my intellect, how I do things. But the black woman, all she sees is in her mind cornball. He's even. There is no in between. There is no gray area with the black woman. Okay, so if there's no gray area, I either have to be a thug or I have to be like a super white man, like a black man that's white. And if I'm neither one of those two things, I'm in the gray area. And if you're in the gray area with the black woman, you don't exist. She does not see you. Understand? Why?
Okay. Here's the thing about the whole thug, square dynamic that they try to portray. That's also a manipulation tactic. All these broads are doing is they're saying that the thugs are too broke and the squares are too square. That's it. They know that their purpose is to feed the ego. They're not actually looking for dick. They're just out looking to feed their ego. So a guy comes up to them, and he meets their physical requirements. They're like, oh yeah, but you too square. You too square, Michael B. Jordan. You too square. And then it's like, okay, too square, And then, so the TI comes. And it's like, oh no, that's you're not my type. I'm looking for somebody more stable. Lil Wayne come, et cetera, et cetera. They're all, listen, all of these are just excuses. Don't pay them, no, never mind. Now let's take a look at Dude, for example, right? Because he described himself as average, to which I agree. To which I agree. He is a person that I wouldn't, and this is you can say pause all you want to. This is just like a scientific analysis. He has no particular characteristics that would make him ugly, like a series of bumps or scars or blemishes on his face or something like that. However, he also don't have any particular features that would make him, super attractive, like a spectacular jawline or some, whatever. So yeah, he wants to identify himself as average, and I agree. He is right to state that he would have better luck in any other market. And the reason for that is because black women have the largest ego of all beings in the world with a vagina. Now, you're wondering, why does the least desired group of women have the biggest ego? Because this is something called, I'm going to type it into the chat room. This is something called rate of holler. Rate of holler. Rate of holler. Though black women are the least desired, they still have the largest rate of holler. And the reason why their rate of holler is so damn high is because the ROH, because these Negroes go around hollering at everything in a skirt, even if she's not wearing a skirt. That's why. A black woman who's a 4 will get hollered at more than a white woman who is an 8. Now, it doesn't mean that she's more desirable than a white woman. It just means that brothers are too freaking aggressive. Y'all need to calm down with the hollering stuff. This is not the 90s. It made sense in the 90s because in the 90s you had like the rate of return on hollering was so high that it wouldn't make sense not to. But now the lake is dry and y'all still out hollering. Had one ass clown said, you should holler. If you hadn't hollered at 150 chicks a day, you did something wrong. No, you stupid. It means you have nothing to man, do not waste your time. Do not and stop blowing these broads' ego up. So then you have this guy, this self-impressed average guy who, is trying to, probably looking for like an average woman, but an average woman don't feel so damn average because her ego is telling her that game niggas and regular niggas fed into that she's all that in a bag of Doritos with cheese and ground beef in it. They have no humility. Why? Because brothers don't pump the brakes. And the reason why you're getting these complaints now is because brothers just slightly pump the brakes. We just slightly pump the brakes on it. And kudos to brothers for doing that. Kudos to brothers for doing that. And this is something I noticed. And tell me in the chat room if y'all know something different. Is that we slightly pumped the brakes, I'd probably say like 2006, 2006, maybe a little higher, right? And I noticed that I see less rest in bitch face. Let's start there. More choosing signals, and more just general politeness. Because they want to be more welcoming now. They want to be a little bit more welcoming, but I don't know, because I've been in relationships, but I don't know if they're trying to be more welcoming because they're actually welcoming you to their vagina, or they just want to welcome you to feed their malnourished ego a little bit more. Hit the like button. Spin knowledge. All right, so let me I think it was a couple more shorts I want to share with y'all. Got those broads. Okay. All right. Now let me share this.
To go up to a girl, eye contact. If they're just looking at you, they want you to come up to them.
I'm
Just
taking
like,
mental notes.
and this is my hand. I literally kept going like this. And we made eye contact, I swear to you, like maybe 8-9 times. So that was my hint, like come up to me, like I'm obviously think you're cute or something, right? Did not come up to me. And I was
So
like,
basically,
all right,
read her
kinda bummed.
mind. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
That's a
saying.
note.
I get back home, I wake up the next day, I get a DM. Hey, saw you at the Steve Madden event. You're really cute. I open it. It was the pink shirt guy. I was like, why didn't you come up to me? Like at the actual thing.
Guys are scared nowadays.
Guys are so scared.
Do you want to know your hint to go up to a girl? Eye contact. If they're just
Okay. Notice how she said, I just want him to come up to me. See, this is them doing more. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm eating too. Fellas, I want y'all to understand the game that's being played. And you are the loser. You are the loser in this game. And you lost the moment you signed up to play it. Because you're playing, you're not going to win against somebody. You're not going to win a sex game against women. You're not. Just like anybody who knows me know that I challenge any game ninja to see who could get the most chicks. I am open to all challenges on that. All these so-called game gurus. Any one of them, right? Now, do I say that to a chick? No. Do I say that to anybody? I don't care if you're ugly as crap. Do I walk around saying, "Hey, I bet you I could get more women than you could get men"? No, that is a stupid endeavor. That is where they thrive. You know, that's like those chicks that's in the Olympics right now getting knocked out by some dude in a pink shirt. You shouldn't have hopped in the ring, like, or allowed dude in the ring. It's not even supposed to be a fair thing. So if you think you're gonna win playing with these broads, really, it's not. You're not. And but all those dudes like, I got this broad, I got this broad, I got this broad. I bet you are way handsomer than you are pretty. Than they are pretty. Let me show y'all what I mean. I'll show y'all somebody who thinks that he's winning. Because he's been coming up on I don't even know if I subscribe to him. He does spit facts, but I don't even know if I'm subscribed to him. But he comes up on my feed a lot. And he was on when I was looking for shorts for this. So I'm gonna show y'all what he has to say on this. All right. But sometimes the only way to win is to not play. Unless she's Caucasian, because if she's Caucasian, okay. Okay, this dude right here, right? Here, let's hear what he has to say.
Dating apps. Number one is to have selfies and mirror pictures. The average guy takes selfies, one that comes off feminine, and then your mirror pictures looks like you don't know how to present yourself, right? Number two, stating your intentions in your bio for what you want. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're looking for a relationship or looking for a hookup. If you state what you're looking for through your bio, you're going to disqualify yourself from the women who don't know what they want. Number three, not taking them through a funnel. Stop setting dates on the dating app and actually take them through some sort of sequence so that by the time they're actually setting the date and you're taking them out, they are primed and they're actually into you. That's what.
Okay. So this guy right here, right? self-confessed handsome guy, and I'm sure he is, right? You know, he does work out and fitness and all that stuff. Dude is ripped, and he got coins in the bank, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and he's online giving advice to, you know, guys who are putting in less work and less genetically gifted guys on how they can maximize their potential. Nothing really wrong with that, right? However, if y'all think that if he's winning against these broads, that's the difference. You're not going to win if you play that game. Listen, in order for him to win, he would have to find his equal opposite. His equal opposite, meaning that he would have to find that chick that is putting in as much work as him. See, the work he gets a greater reward, I'm sure, than myself, because he puts more time, effort, energy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He gets a far greater reward than myself, and probably everybody in the chat, especially those who haven't hit the like button. He gets I'm pretty sure he does, but the effort versus the reward, his effort far exceeds their effort. Are these chicks saying don't take a selfie because he don't like that? Are they saying what's the second advice? Listen, are they putting in the same effort towards him that he's putting out towards them? That's where the loss, the difference in effort is the loss that I'm referring to. Hit the like button. So you're not going to win playing these games. And that is the reason, that is the conclusion, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that's the conclusion that people are coming to. You know, now not many people really just took time to, you know, blurt it out like I did or watch this particular video. But they do know that, just like the last dude I showed, they do know that they're not getting the results that they want. Now, let's go back to the last chick, right? Here, let me show you. This is a Caucasian. You know, kind of like I think Jessica Alba is a Caucasian. I think Jessica Rabbit is a Caucasian. You know, this is something like that, right? An exotic form of Caucasian. And she's talking about, oh, I wanted this guy in the pink shirt, you know, to hit on me. Now, it's called Why Don't Men Approach Anymore? They just want the approach. Once they got the approach, they have no more need for you. Okay, so she flirts with the guy, right? She gives the choosing signals, and this happens. They exchange numbers, and he calls. Now, he just so happens to call at the time that her favorite TV show is on. So she's like, okay, I'm going to call him back later, but later never comes. He gets ghosted and don't know why. That happens. Women ghost guys that they're interested in. Why? Because she already got the validation. You see, it's kind of like why is it like that? Here, let me stop this. Okay, it's kind of like a pimp, or no, not a pimp, a trick, prostitute dynamic. It's the same type of dynamic, and that dynamic is the John pays first. Now, which I'm pretty sure is okay. It's a fine dynamic because he gets what he wants afterwards, so it's no big deal. But in modern dating, you pay first, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get what you want. In fact, there's a strong likelihood that you don't. What are you paying? You're paying attention. And I understand the double meaning. You're paying attention. You're paying her attention with hopes of getting you what you want. You pay up front. Once you have paid up front, she is under no obligation. Even if she hinted that she would, she still is under no obligation to give you what you want. And she don't feel honor bound to do so. She don't. Hit that like button. Okay, let me see if I have one. Oh, yeah, there was another video I want to see. Let me see if I have any more shorts. Then I'm gonna show y'all this because this was weird. Then I'm I hope I don't get copyrighted for that. All right, give me a second. All right, so I got the dating app dude and the other dude with those chicks. But yeah, they okay, so whether they reject you or not, they still get the satisfaction of the interaction. Okay. All right. Let's do this last one. I actually don't remember this, but this is one that came up. Okay, so Josh said something. Josh says, because they're not going after the right ones, the fours are lack of not trying or looking for something else better. I was in that position. No, they're not. They're not going for anyone under those circumstances. So, for those of you who don't know, Josh has been with this girl since college, right? And he met her in college. Lasting relationships don't begin online at hookup events, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It don't. It's where men go to get box and women go to get attention. The chances that you find what you're looking for there is slim. Hit the like button. Okay, so let's take a look at this chick. She's a Caucasian. All right, let's see what she has to say.
Lonelier than deal with all the hassle of dating. I'm really not in a place emotionally and financially where I can deal with sorting through a bunch of misses to find a misses. Nowadays with dating apps, there's always something new and more exciting just around the corner. So many women I've dated have abruptly broken things off because they found something more exciting. Dating is like taking on a part-time job. I don't have the time or the energy. I'm sure all of you can relate to that. Social media, Hollywood, and porn have really altered the expectations of the general public across the board when looking for a mate. It's actually really messed up psychologically when a person thinks about it. Specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who conveniently hold themselves to extremely low standards, but feel entitled to the best. More specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who act like victims when they're confronted with equally high expectations. To be honest, I'd rather just be a little lonelier than deal with.
Okay. She's wrong about the high expectation part. She's wrong about that. They don't expect anything. Well, okay. They just expect your attention. That's it. And they don't care if it comes from, well, they do care, but it's just more points in the game that they're playing. So basically, every morning, a chick wakes up. A modern woman wakes up. She's trying to get a certain number of points per day. Now, their point system may vary, but the point system, but they do have a point system. For example, let's just say an average guy approaches them, asks for their number, and they say no. That's 5 points for them. If he's a handsome guy, that's 10 points for him. If he's a rich guy, that's 20 points. And if he is rich and handsome, That's 50 points. If she has to flirt with him, she had to make eye contact with him, then, you lose 50% of your points. If he hollers at her while she is doing something extremely unattractive, then you double your points. For example, a handsome guy, 10 points, walks up to an unattractive woman with a bonnet on, pushing a stroller of mixed race kids. That exceeds the point. That's why they wear bonnets. That's why they do that. That is a test. If you're fat, you get more points because you just got, you just got this guy who normally would be 10 points, but he approached a fat chick. So, he already accepted and embraced an obvious flaw. That is extra points. Every morning, these broads wake up and try to get a certain amount of points off of your ass. And many of them do. And for some, like I say, the point system varies depending on the broad, but for some, they feel that they get more points if they humiliate you. For example, you get a pretty white girl and she's dressed, she's dressed, in her most appealing gym wear. And then she goes to the gym and, she does some neck rolls. What are neck rolls? Well, neck rolls aren't an actual workout, but it's when she gets on her knees and suck the bench press, the tip of the bench press bar, and she's just moving her neck back and forth while sucking the bench press bar. And then if somebody looks at her while she's sucking the bench press bar, she say, "What are you looking at? I can't work out in peace." Oh, so like stuff like that, that's 10,000 points. And if she goes viral, that's 1,000,000 points. Like, gosh, a girl just can't come to the gym and suck a dumbbell. So it's crap like that. They're on a point system. And what guys are saying is, like, listen, I'm sick of playing these games. Oh, and by the way, they don't get points for calling. They don't get points for sucking penis. They don't get points from cooking breakfast. They don't get points from any of this crap. Anything that benefits you. Anything that benefits you, they don't get points for. So with the guy that, from the letter she's reading, what he's saying, she has a lot of makeup on. Because I'm looking at this picture down here and this one here. And I have to say, it's like a world of difference. I'd say it's like a 5-6 year age difference between the woman in this picture, who I'm pretty sure the picture is older than this recent video of hers, and her picture here. So, but yeah, so they're playing that game. And they go to singles events to play that game. And men don't mind playing games, but you don't even have a reasonable chance of winning. So it's like, why play? Why play if you can't win? And that's what's going on. All right. Anyway, let me go to this African chick right quick. Hit the like button. Oh, are you in the chat? All right. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, that's janky. I'm still not in California, so bear with me. All right, let's see. Yeah, something bad is going on in Britain. Something bad is going on in Britain. Kamala Harris is looking real bad in these streets. I'm looking at my history to try to find. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, I don't know what type of African this chick is. I really don't. And that's besides the point. I will say that the social norms that apply to us likely don't apply to wherever it is she's from. But I am going to talk about it. I am going to use her as an example and template. Okay, so
meet up, going down with you. Everything remains anonymous. The only time you see them is when you see them at the place the go down with on my list today is the gym. Don't get me wrong, my kings. I am not saying that there are not women who go to the gym to work out. There are. But there are also some women who go there specifically to hunt men to go down with, because they know that when they go to the gym, they would definitely find able-bodied men to go down with. And because that is their goal, they would make sure to wear more revealing things to the gym. Already, most of the gym wears are a bit revealing, as they are supposed to be free to enable the woman work out freely. So for a woman like this who plans to actually hunt men to go down with, they would make sure they would dress even more revealing, and they would also make sure they flirt with the men they find attractive, because they go there is not for the workout. They are there to find able-bodied men to go down with. My kings who go to the gym will attest to this. For women like this, they will make sure they show more of their body, and they would also make sure you know.
okay. So this woman who's obviously African, she's saying basically 5 places women go to hunt to FUCK. Now, the reason why I'm going to call cap or cultural difference is because women don't have to go places. They don't actually have to hunt for penis. You know, they don't. It just kind of comes. You know, they don't have to hunt for penis the way, you know, men don't have to hunt for people begging on the streets. Like you don't really have to do that. And I don't know what she's trying to do. It seems to me that she's trying to sell the concept of, if you go to the gym, there's going to be women there hunting for your penis. There isn't a proper hunting. Maybe Africa is different, and it probably is, because, you know, if the rate of holler of African men. Oh, and by the way, y'all see on the screen, I have the words rate of holler on there. The higher the men's rate of holler is, the more stuck up the bitch is of that group of men. So when passport bros go to countries and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, they typically go to places where there is a low rate of holler. The lower the rate of holler from the local men, the better it is for you. Especially if you're not in the pay per play. If you're paying for play, then that's not really hollering. So that's something different. Now the problem with this, and this is what I have against not passport bros, but like the outliers, the people who do crazy crap, is you have like the Austin Holloman types, right? Who will go to a country with no rate of holler, no rate of holler. These chicks' ego is at a healthy norm. And then what does he do? Holler. He increases the rate of holler everywhere he goes to a ridiculous degree. I mean, I'm not saying don't holler, but have a reasonable freaking rate. Okay.
That they want to go down with you. That is why flirting with you and getting even more closer to you if they find you attractive enough and would want to go down with you. So yes, the gym is one of the places women go when they want to find men to go down with. Another place women go to hunt men to go down with is the club. Now, again, don't get me wrong, my kings. There are women or people who go to the club just to unwind, listen to loud music, groove, and chill out with friends. But there are also some women who go out there solely to hunt men to go down with. This is because, like I mentioned already, the club is a place to go listen to loud music, groove, unwind, and chill out. So finding people there is very easy. There is a mixture of both men and women who are just there to have fun. So, mingling with people, getting to know people to have fun and chill out. So since these women know this, when they are coming to the club, they are not just going to wear anything regular. They are going to make sure they are wearing very revealing dresses, and they will make sure to look very hot and sexy because their goal is to hunt men to go down with. And it is being said that a few are wearing very revealing dresses, and they will make sure to look very hot and
Okay. It took me a while to pause it, but I don't know what the dynamic is in the country she's from. I am curious what her ass looks like. I'm not saying in particular I'm interested in her, but her voice does make me want to bite her ass. And I'm wondering if it matches her voice, if it is biteable. I'm curious about the place that she comes from, where in 2024, adult men have to be told, hey, there's women in the club and they dress promiscuously. Really? You have to be told that?
sexy because their goal is to hunt men to go down with. And it is being said that a few shots can get your libido high. And because of this women will make sure they also take a few shots themselves so they can also even have the boldness to approach you themselves. When you go to the club and you see women like this, you'll see them being bold enough to approach you and tell you they want to go down with you. This is because already they are tipsy and they also are already in the mood because they themselves, they prepared their mind before coming to the club that they are out there to hunt someone to go down with. And you also, on the other hand, if your drink might have also taken a few shots and already you're a bit tipsy, and when she approaches you with all that banging body, revealing that, pointing to your face, you will be very easily attracted and she can easily get you to go down with her. And by then she will have achieved her goal. So it is very easy for women to find men to go down with in the club because even if you don't drink, she is wearing something very seductive, something very, very revealing. And because her goal is to hunt you down to
Man,
go
you
down
said
with
the same
you,
thing.
she's not going to make it easy for you. You'll see her dancing around you, rubbing her whole body around you, making sure that you're seeing everything.
Man, I get it. It seems like she's talking about like 2004 black community or some crap like that. So maybe that's what development means. It means you're 20 years behind. But it's just weird hearing it. And she's listing the places that men don't go anymore because the women are just going there for attention.
that she's offering you. So getting you becomes very easy. So yes, the club is one of the places women go when their goal is to hunt down men to go down with. Another place women go to hunt men to go down with is the beach or the poolside. Now, my kings, this one is very, very simple. When women go to either the beach or the poolside, they definitely have to be on bikinis. So it makes their works even more easy. If a woman's goal of going to the pool or the beach is to hunt down a man, it is very easy for her to achieve that because already the beach and the pool gives her the opportunity to wear something that is more revealing and can attract you. But here's the difference between a woman who goes to the pool or the beach just to, relax and unwind. The difference is a woman like that will just be on her own, though she will be in.
The reason why I'm bringing this chick's list up is because I want y'all. This is a list of places where men no longer, where American men, where Western men no longer go. These are places that people used to, and apparently in Africa they still do, go to find casual sex. These are places where they no longer go, but this is where women still go to get the attention that they once got.
in her bikini, but she would just be in her own space because she's there to enjoy her time alone or to enjoy her time with friends. So you see her around her friends just chilling. But with a woman whose goal is to hunt down men to go down with, you will notice her being more flirtatious and showing off her body even more. You see her walking around the beach. If it is the beach, you see her walking around a little more often than she should because she's trying to showcase what she has and she's trying to see who she would find attractive. If she's bold enough, she can walk up to you if she finds you attractive. But if not, she'll find a way to get you to approach her because by the time you've seen all that banging body walking around up and down the place, you would definitely feel attracted. And because that is her goal, she's not going to stop until she gets your attention. So that is the difference. When a woman is just there to chill and unwind, you will notice she will be on her own, keeping to herself. But if her goal is to hunt a man to go down with, she will be all over the place. And whoever she finds attractive, she will be willing to approach him. And at the end of the day, it will be easy for her to achieve her goal of finding a man to go down with is house parties. Now, my kings, this one is very simple.
Many West African voices, women's voices, is too deep, like hers. Not saying I don't like the accent. I'm saying the voice, the tonal inflections is too deep. Now, that being said, um, they don't seem to be on a point system because she suggested that the woman, if a woman talks to you, then she don't get any points for that interaction, whether she gets your attention or not, because she had to give you attention first. See, the way the game is played is get as much attention by the highest quality of men that you can while giving as little amount of attention as possible. That's the way the game is played.
If you're coming to a house party, that means you know one or two people there. There is someone who is some way connected to you for you to be there. So women know that for you to be there, that means you both share some mutual connection to the person doing the party. So it is very easy for them to get closer to you because you know you are a friend to her friend. So talking to you, flirting with you becomes easy. So these women prepare themselves and make sure they are wearing something very revealing, very sexy to these parties. And they would make sure that whoever it is they find attractive, they get closer to the person and talk to the person. Make sure they have a mutual connection and start something up so that even if it is possible, that same night they get to go down with you because that is the goal. It is not for a long-term thing. It is not for a relationship. They just want somebody to warm their bodies up. And since you're available there and you're also the kind of man they want, they will be willing to do anything to get your attention and go down with you. Now, the last place women go to hunt men to go down with on my list today is anonymous apps. Now, my kings, these women just want to have a one-time thing with any man that is available. So they would make sure they keep whatever conversation between them and the man they finally find in the app. They would never do anything outside the app, setting up a place to meet up.
Okay, somebody said something I'm going to respond to. Easy Breeze TV says, everyone wants attention, babies, ninjas, and hey, listen. Though it's true, everybody wants attention. There is a stopping point, even for babies. I'm going to repeat that. There is a stopping point, even for babies. Meaning that you give babies attention, and then they will come to a point where they just stop and start playing with their toys. They've had their fill of attention for that particular moment. Everybody gets their fill. However, modern women have an insatiable appetite for it. Oh, and also babies actually play with you. I forgot to mention that very important point. Like if you play with a baby, you do peekaboo or something like that, and the baby smiles back at you or something like that, then that's a give and take. You enjoy seeing baby smile, you enjoy making them happy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Modern women would be the equivalent to saying peekaboo and the baby just gives you a resting baby face. And they get off on that. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm just going to leave. They're like, oh, no, wait a minute. Come back. I want you to continue to try to get me to smile. Exactly. You see, hold on. I'm going to.
Going down with you, everything remains anonymous. The only time you see them is when you see them at the place the both of you have agreed to meet up for the going down. And once that business is done, that's it. They will make sure there is no other way for the both of you to even come across each other ever again. They will make sure there is no means of contact or communication to the both of you. That's why they make sure time. They just want it for once. And once it's done, that's it. It's on a business level. Once you agree to it, then they are good to go. And there are some kings who are okay with this. They are okay with also accepting women on anonymous apps where the both of them can just reach an agreement, have a one-time thing, and that is it. So women know that they can find some kings there who would be willing to go down with them for just that one time. And it's easy for them to just keep it low-key where nobody gets to know much about each other. And that is the reason why men go to these apps to hunt men to go down with. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are places women go to hunt men to go down with. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do well to subscribe.
Okay. Dang. Okay, so that's that. That's that. She does all this. Listen, there's not going to be efforts on both sides. I don't know what her situation is in Africa, but I will say that there's not going to be efforts on both sides. Meaning, you're not going to see, if you go to a bookshelf, if you go to a bookstore and they have a relationship section, they typically don't, but are they? Most definitely don't. Maybe it's a subset of the self-help section, which they do have, but say you find a relationship section. You're not going to find a book entitled How to Get Pussy right next to a book entitled How to Get Dick. You see, the need for the book, okay, just like Chris McCarrison, she has a book, The Art of Swirling, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm basically trying to get black women to give with white men, but there isn't books like that from written by white men for white men on how to get black women. And that's because there has to be an advantage to one side. So if she's telling men to, you know, where to hunt for women, then it means that the women are, both sides can't be the hunters. She's basically telling men, like, you know, this is where you hunt for women that are DTF. And she's also saying that this is where DTF women hunt. That is a contradiction. Something is wrong with that. I don't know what the social situation is in Africa. I've never been, you know, a little curious. I do know that they are online. They are more aggressive. Because I was gonna go there with my ex, and I was curious. They are more aggressive than, put it like this. My inbox fill up quicker on African dating apps than they do in for like Latin American or Asian dating apps. Doesn't mean that these women are looking for DTFs or NSA. I'm quite sure that they are hoping for stability, that they're hoping for something. There maybe even marriage, or, you know, who knows. But that's neither here nor there. The point is she just gave a place where not to go, or where people are no longer going. And fellas, I'm not saying, you know, don't go to these places. You know, I'm just saying what to expect. And the reason why, you know, these places have such an unfavorable ratio. Now, let's talk about this for a go. Oh crap, I just gotta go. But let's talk about that for a second. The unfavorable ratio. Women will say stuff like, you know, oh yes, you know, it's like 70-30 here. And now, if there was a willingness to actually hook up, 70-30 would be a good deal, right? For every 7 women, there's 3 guys. But there's no willingness to hook up, so guys are just gonna stay at home. Before, I'm old enough to remember a time where a person would be like, hey man, it's like 2 1/3 chicks for every 1 dude here. You need to come through. I will be there in a moment. Depending on if it was raining or if I had to cross the bridge. I don't like going to the west side of the bridge to San Francisco and crap like that. Can't find parking. It's a bunch of homeless people. It's gay. And the police will tow your crap real quick. I remember that, thinking that when I was young. But many cases I would go if the odds were most definitely in my favor. But now, what does the 70-30 represent if it's 7 women to every 1 guy? Because of those 7 women, maybe only 1 is looking for something that benefits you. 1 out of that 7. Maybe. It's really more like 1 out of 14 or something like that. So now the odds are in their favor. Because those other 6 are just there for attention, and that doesn't benefit you at all. So these guys go to the, you ever wonder why, like, a guy will go to an event like that chick who was complaining in Houston, talking about, like, you know, there are no guys here and blah, 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 blah. Listen, did you plan on sucking some dick? Did you plan on leaving that event and sucking a dick? If not, that's the reason why it's not there. The guys aren't there. And I'm not even talking about like direct sex or DTF. I'm talking about, did you plan on leaving there with a potential mate or a date, a potential boyfriend, a hopeful husband? Did you plan on any of those things? Which, of course, all of those things include sucking some dick. Did you hope for any of that? Because if not, that's the reason why they don't come. Nobody wants to just wake up in the morning and shave just to give your trifling ass some attention. All right, let me read some of these. Poolside. I thought she was saying something else. I'm a few minutes behind. What do you think she was saying? Return on investment, yeah, exactly. Oh, that's what I was going to say. See, the current business model is like the lottery. Now, me, and I don't blame others that play the lottery. I don't play the lottery because I understand mathematics. So it's not really in my best interest to play the lottery. And it's not in most people's best interest to play the lottery most of the time. However, the lottery exists and people play it. And people play it because it's only $1. I'm pretty sure it's more now, but way back when I decided to not play the lottery, it was just $1. Most people listen, I'm only giving them $1 and I have the chance of getting so much more back. Meaning that I'm only giving the woman 3 seconds of attention, if that, because it takes a half a second to swipe right on the broad. I'm only given, however it adds up, and it adds up to a jackpot for these chicks. They're turning your crumbs, your little pieces of attention, into a meal, and you are still giving it to them like $1 to the lottery, hoping that you get that big payoff. But let's just say you finally do get the big payoff, right? Then you have to look back and say, you know something? I actually paid more dollars than I got in winnings. And that's why I'm not saying don't shoot your shot. I'm just saying do it sparingly and wisely to make sure you have the best return on your investment, and stop gassing these broads up. Stop it, because everybody else have to deal with the consequences of it. All right, I'm gonna read a few more. All right, that's just Josh and Educated Tyrone going at it, but I don't know what. All right, let's see. Y'all still going at it. All right, why y'all? I don't get it. These black women are dumb out here. They become undateable, and productive black men don't want to deal with their bad attitudes, high body count, and their laziness. They don't want to cook or clean. Yeah, these are all byproducts of the "but I have a pussy though" mentality. You see, they understand that that they're getting hollered at all the time, and the men that are hollering at them want their pussy. Now, with that understanding, what they can and do say is that everything else about me can go to crap as long as I have a pussy. This is what an overinflated ego does. Okay, y'all argue too much on the thing. I'm not gonna look through this. I'm not gonna look through this to try to find comments. Y'all argue too damn much. All right. Anyway, have a good return on investment on your attention. Understand that you are giving something, and you should have a reasonable probability of getting something in return. If not, then be stingy on what you give. Game over. Peace.